the cool and serve tray, make sure you get the little tools to go with it because they really are fantastic to have the spoon and the tongs with it. So let me cut up a few tomatoes to put with this, and we're going to get our chicken ready to go. And I just have to clean up a little bit because sometimes Manuel and I get a little messy in the kitchen, so it took me a few minutes just to throw all my dirty stuff together so I know where it is. Okay, so with the tomato knife, I don't know, have any of you ever eaten a tomato?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, I have to tell you, if you cut 1 tomato or 1 million tomatoes, you have to have a tomato knife. How many of you have the tomato knife? Okay, then you need 3 more. And I'm not lying. So if you have ever thought, gosh, I despise cutting tomatoes, they gush out, the stuff is flying everywhere, you love those vine-ripened tomatoes, but they get soft so quickly, it doesn't matter if you have the tomato knife. And I don't know what it is, it's the U-shaped serrated blade, if it's, I don't know what it is, but this is one of your best friends in the kitchen when it comes to tomatoes. I don't care if you cut 1 tomato or a million, I've already said it, you need a tomato knife or 3, because you're going to be using one, inevitably somebody else thinks they have to have one in their hand because you're using one, and then there's going to be one in the dishwasher, okay? So I just want to show you how easily you can cut through your tomatoes. Isn't that amazing? And you don't have stuff flying everywhere. Now, I'll tell you, I am not a professional chef in any way, shape, or form, but don't I look like I could be on an infomercial with Missy in my hand? Yeah, and I am not, I'm always the first person to cut myself, but isn't this great? I'm not even cutting myself, and this tomato is being sliced very easily. So I will tell you that you can actually cut yourself much easier with a knife that is not as sharp. Do you know why?
You're struggling with it.
You are struggling with it. That's exactly right. So if I were trying to cut this tomato and it was trying to go all over the place, I would be concentrating on holding the tomato and not realizing where my fingers were. And then the next thing you know, I don't know if it's tomato juice or my poor little fingers bleeding out. So keep that in mind as you are trying to figure out what do I actually need to put in my kitchen today to make my life easier and less painful. Let's be honest here, people. So this tomato knife is fantastic, and really, I've had mine. We just now came out with the cobalt blue, but I had my green tomato knife, I don't even know when they came out, probably 7, 8 years ago, and I've had my same one forever. It goes in the dishwasher. It hasn't dulled 1 ounce, and I love it, and if someone took it, I would probably hunt them down to get it back because I use it all the time. So any questions about anything that we've done today? Okay, we're going to do one last thing before we eat. We are going to chop up our chicken. Now, how many of you have ever used 2 forks to pull your meat apart? And how long does that take? I'm going to save you a little bit of time in the kitchen.
It's painful.
It is painful. How long ago do you think we got this chicken out of the microwave?
A couple minutes, right?
10 minutes.
10 at least. 10, yeah.
Yes. Look at the
See the steam coming off? Yep. I just have to point that out because I will tell you, my husband is a salesperson in the family, and I swear he could sell this to an Eskimo that doesn't even have a microwave or nothing. He loves stoneware. He just thinks it's phenomenal because if he comes home late for work, which he's not allowed to do, but he does it, and dinner has been sitting out and it's in stoneware, it's still warm. And he is blown away by the fact that I say dinner is at 5 o'clock every day. He can walk in at 5:35 and the food will still be warm in the baker or whatever stone I'm using, and he's blown away by that because he's just thinking, you know, anything else that he had ever used, things were cold really quickly, and this stoneware can actually hold its heat for so long. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to help you eliminate having to use 2 forks to pull your meat apart or use a fork and a knife and feel like you have to do it a certain way. I feel like the salad choppers are misnamed in the catalog because I, for one, do not eat very many salads, and so I would never use these to chop any kind of salad. I think I have made salsa with them once or twice. So just so you know, you can use them to make salsa. But I now use Manuel a whole lot more often for my salsa because I throw it all in there and chop away, and it's all in one bowl and done. I'm going to teach you how to use the salad choppers correctly to chop your meat. It doesn't matter if it's pork or if it's beef or if it's chicken. Remember, we were switching it all out for our Mexican cooking. So you have to know how to use it in all 3 because they're all 3 pretty easy. Because your pork tenderloin 10 minutes in here is done. I mean, you can make your Italian pork by putting Italian seasoning on it. It's really simple. I love peppercorn and garlic rub on mine, and the 3 onion. I don't know, that mixture is phenomenal in my mouth on the on the pork. So it reinvents a pork tenderloin just by putting a different flavor on. And then you can add whatever sides you want with it, and you have a whole new meal. Okay. So we're going to actually teach you how to use the salad choppers, and so you just want them to sit in your fingers like this in the opening, take the safety off, and you'll just feel them kind of sit in the palm of your hand. Now, if any of you have ever seen the movie Ratatouille, she gave really good advice when she was teaching Linguini how to cook in the kitchen, and she told him to keep his elbows in the kitchen. So that's my best French accent. Sorry, that's as good as it gets. And we're going to keep our elbows in, and we're going to slice right through our chicken. And so if you can see how easy it is to slice right through this, and you can just make chunks of this chicken, and it is your recipe, so you can make it as chunky or as fine as you want it. And guess what? I can do it left-handed too. Remember I told you I'm not ambidextrous, but these tools make you feel like you are. Now I have used this a million times, so what I would like to do is I'm going to sit it up on the counter for you all to try it before you buy it, because I do not want you to get a product, get it home, and say, this does not work the same as it did for that consultant at that party that I went to. And if you do not keep your elbows in, if you forget how to use them and you turn them around, that's why I make a fool of myself and I do the horrible French accent, because you have to remember how to use these or you're not going to like them and you're not going to like me, and we are not having that. So we're going to turn them around, we're going to remember how to use them, I'm going to let you practice so I can help you, because inevitably somebody always comes up and they hold them this way, or they hold them this way, or they don't even know how to grab them, or the safety comes down and they're like, it doesn't even cut through the chicken. Well, get that safety out of the way, we're going to clean the chicken out of there, and I'm going to let you try them before you buy them, and I can help you and assist you. So let me bring it over here to the